Okay, hi 1G. Today we'll be looking at Note 6D, 6.4 application of linear graphs in real world context. So example 1. Before you do this question is from textbook, page 167, practice now 4. So before you do, actually you can read up on the work example 4, also from a textbook, so that you have a better understanding. So this question, it says a telecommunication service provider charges $30 for a mobile plan offering 2 GB of data monthly. Okay, so this is important information. So $30, you pay $30 for standard 2 GB of data. Then part 1, given that the customer is charged $12 for every gigabyte of data used that exceeds 2 GB, find the amount that a customer will be charged if he uses a monthly data of 3 GB. So we need to understand for each of these 3 GB, 5 GB and 8 GB, how much did they exceed. So for question A, for the amount for question A, because it is 3 GB, right? So it exceeded by 1 GB. The standard is 2 GB. Okay, for 2 GB you pay $30. So no matter what, you must pay $30. Okay, and you add how much do you exceed. Since you exceeded by 3 minus 2, you exceeded by 1 GB. That 1 GB you must multiply by $12. Because every 1 GB exceeded, you must pay $12. So you calculate this, 30 plus 12, you have to pay $42 if you use 3 GB. Let's try part B. If I use 5 GB, what's the amount I need to pay? So the amount is standard, I have to pay $30 for 2 GB of data use. Then I will add the amount that I exceeded, 5 minus away 2, which is 3 GB multiplied by 12. That will be 36 plus 30. So that will be 66. Okay, last but not least, part C. What if I use 8 GB? Oh, so I've exceeded by quite a lot. So amount will be standard $30 as the same as the part A and part B. 8 GB take away 2 GB multiply by 12. That will be, okay, 6 times 12 plus 30, that will be $102. Okay, this is part 1. Now let's look at part 2. Given that $Y represent the amount a customer is charged if he uses X gigabyte of data, complete a table. So when X is 3, my Y is 42. Just fill in the blank. When X is 5, my Y is 66. Y is the amount you have to pay. And when X is 8 GB, my Y is 102. Okay, these are actually coordinates for you to plot. Yes, you can remember when you do the previous worksheet. These two come in a pair. These two come in a pair. These two come in a pair. So I can plot 342. X is 3, Y is 42. I can plot 566 and 8, 102. Okay, so in part 3, they say on a sheet of graph paper, so please pause the video, go and get a piece of graph paper. Using a scale of 2 cm to represent 1 GB on the horizontal axis. Last lesson, we have went through this, how we use a scale of 2 cm to represent 1 GB on the horizontal axis, and 1 cm to represent $5 on the vertical axis. Plot the pairs of X, Y. Okay, it will take time, so please pause this video and go and plot. Okay, assuming that you have plotted your graph, okay, let's check the graph that I've plotted. I have plotted the graph already, which is the 3 points, this, and this. Okay, so let's look at my points, whether I plotted correctly. Yes, the first point, I plotted this 344.42, sorry. I plotted this 566. I plotted this 8102. Okay, 3 crosses. Can you see these 3 crosses that I plotted? Then I draw a line, a straight line. Okay, and why did my line stop here? Okay, my line stop here is because, yes, because it's 2 gigabyte. Because 2 gigabyte, I pay $30 from 0 to 2, from 0 to 2. From 0 to 2, from 0 to 2 gigabyte, I only have to pay $30 standard fee. Can you remember? No matter how much data I use, from, let's say from 0 to 2, I will have to pay standard fee of $30. That's why I have to draw a line here, a line over here. Okay, this line must be drawn because no matter what, I pay $30. Okay, for 2 gigabyte. So if I use more data, then my graph will exceed. Well, I have to draw my graph from here all the way to this. The more data I use, the higher I will pay. I hope you understand this graph. So now let's focus on the axis, whether your graph axis is correct. Let's look at the x-axis. Okay, did you draw correctly? Did you draw every 10 small squares is 1 unit? Every 10 small squares is 1 unit. Okay, because they say 2 cm to 1 unit. That's why every 10 small squares you get 1 unit. Alright, and also check your vertical axis. Did you do correctly? Did you do every 1 cm square 5 unit, every 1 cm square 5 unit, every 1 cm square 5 unit, every 1 cm square 5 unit? Okay, if you have done this, then very good, you're correct. Okay, so please check that your graph is like this. Okay, you may pause the video and check. Okay, let's proceed on part 4. Write down the equation of the straight line for x greater than 2. Equation of the straight line for x greater than 2. So you need to recap. You need to recap. Equation of straight line means what? Okay, if you say y equal mx plus c, then you are right. Y equal mx plus c. But I don't have my m, I don't have my c. Alright, so I have to go and find out these two values. Okay, I have to find out these two values. So let's see. What's my gradient? Okay, please check. You can see the dotted line that I've drawn. I've drawn over here. I choose 2 nice points. Then from that 2 points I connect them with a right angle triangle. It's for me to calculate my gradient. Okay, calculate my rise and my run. So from here, if I want to calculate my gradient, can you see the rise is how much? You have to read from the vertical axis. You can count the number of squares as well. Okay, that will be, let me see, that will be 90 from, okay, the highest point is 90 and the lower limit here is 60. So this will be 30 units. Understand? From 90 to 60. So this is about 30 units. Okay, next, I look at the horizontal. Let's count the number of squares and the units. You read below, sorry, you just have to use a ruler. Don't do like what I'm doing now. Okay, if you measure carefully, it's 7 minus 4.5. So this is about 3.5. Wait, let me double confirm. Sorry, 2.5. 7 minus 4.5 is 2.5. 2.5. So that's rise over run. The rise is 30 units. The run is 2.5. And it's a vertical slope. So I write down here. M is rise over run, which is 30 over 2.5. Okay, press your calculator, you get 12. Okay, and now I have my M ready. I need to find out what's my C. Okay, what's the way to find C? Is the C 30? If you say it's 30, then you're wrong. You're supposed to draw a line which I didn't draw. Okay, look at the bottom here. You're supposed to extend the blue line so that you cut the y-axis. So I'm going to draw a line here using a ruler, of course, so that it's straight. Okay, so let's draw. Make sure there's no error. You are drawing a line. If it's wrong, it's not nice enough, then please redraw. Okay, y is quite accurate. When you read the vertical axis, I got a number 6. Okay, so C is 6. Okay, I cannot read 30 because 30 is not accurate. I'm looking at the blue line. The blue line should extend down. So C is 6 from the graph. C is 6. Therefore, y equals mx plus c. Y equals to 12x plus c. Alright, so based on this, I can solve part 5. How much will a customer be charged if he uses a monthly data of 7 gig and 13 gig? I can choose not to use the formula above from part 1. I can choose to look at the graph. 7 gig and 13 gig. Okay, let's see 7 gig. When you read your graph 7 gig is here, right? Oh, 7 gig I can read from the graph. What's the answer? $90, correct. But 13 I cannot. Alright, so unfortunately, I thought the graph would be useful for this question, but you cannot. A, you can. From graph, when X is 7 gig, 7 gigabyte, you can read that is the Y value is 90. Okay, this is the method 1. Method 2. So again, A, if I don't use graph, I can use a formula. Sub X equals 7 into Y equals to 12x plus 6. So Y equals to 12, 7 plus 6. I get 90. Okay. Part B, sub X equals to 13 into Y equals to 12x plus 6. So Y equals to 12, 13 plus 6. You get 162. So these are the two answers. So this will be amount of money. So it's $sign. Alright, hope you understand this question.